what we're going to be doing eventually. Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where today we have a lot to talk about. Mainly, we are going to be doing the Ezra event today. We should be able to unlock him at 2 stars, be able to get him to 3 stars if we are lucky. Haven't touched the events yet, so we're going to do that together. And I also have a lot of stuff I want to talk about in terms of this game, the future of my channel, and another game I am really excited for, and hopefully some of you guys are too. But before we do that, let's check out Ezra's stats, and then we'll get straight into the gameplay. So let's go to swgoh.gg, see what he's cooking, and then we'll go and start looking. Man, that did not sound right. All right, here we are, swgoh.gg, your main place. You should be getting a lot of your information about this game. And we're just going to take a quick look at Ezra's abilities, see what he's got going, and we'll just get going from there. Try out this event because, of course, the numbers and words don't mean everything. It's all about application. So let's check this out. First of all, he is going to be an attacker that can perform a variety of effects based on the roles of his allies. Sounds pretty promising here, sounds pretty good for those people who love the rebels. And looking at Rushing Strike, which is his basic, that does about 3,656 to 4,040. What it does is it deals physical damage to a target enemy with a 40% chance to attack again. And if there are no debuffs, the chance is doubled. So kind of like Kit Fisto, it sounds like. So at most, he is going to have an 80% chance to counterattack, but your job is to try to make sure to land debuffs on him so he doesn't get those extra attacks. Moving on, we have Flourish, 3-turn cooldown. And what this does is it deals physical damage to a target enemy and dispels all buffs on them. So that's kind of cool. We got a buff dispeller here. If the enemy has no buffs, the attack's cooldown is reduced by 1, and Ezra gains 50% turn meter instead. So it sounds like a Qui-Gon Jinn 2.0. Instead of just dispelling, he can dispel, and also he can reduce the cooldowns on his ability, gain turn meter. So a lot of stuff is happening if they don't have buffs and if they do. So that's actually quite neat for Rebels. I don't think they really have too many characters like that besides Baze and whatnot. He has a third attack here called Watch and Learn. It has a 3-turn cooldown, and the target ally attacks, and then Ezra assists them, dealing 20% more damage. Both attackers gain a bonus effect based on the chosen ally's role, and then here they give you a list of things. If it's an attacker, they get plus 100% crit for this attack. The tank, they get protection up for 2 turns, and support, they gain 40% turn meter. So this is kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn and Kenobi put together, because as you know, Kenobi gives certain bonuses to certain people on their team, and this is kind of the same thing here. And then Qui-Gon can call in the ally to assist. So this is actually quite neat, and I'm guessing you can choose the ally that assists. So far he's looking quite good, actually. And then something to keep in mind, when he assists them, he has a chance to attack twice. So you might be getting 3 attacks in one here, and that is quite good. But lastly, we look at his unique no leader ability here, and it's called Push Through. Ezra gains 10% offense at the end of his turn, and the effect can stack up to 40%, and then this bonus is reset when Ezra is defeated. So pretty much he's going to constantly stack up until he gets to 40%, and keep in mind, if Hera Syndulla is leading, she's going to chain all these special Rebel uniques, so this will be shared with other characters like Hera, Sabine, Zeb, and Kanan. So it's going to be really cool to see how this will be applied in real life. And taking a quick glance at the stats, we see his speed is actually pretty good. It's not the slowest, but it's definitely above the average, so he's not going to be a slow character by any means. Next up, we have health. 19,000, pretty much around Anakin Skywalker, so it's actually pretty decent for an attacker at least. Protection 21,000, so nothing too crazy, but still definitely above the average and median, so he's not going to be a flimsy character like Darth Maul. So it looks like this is going to be one of the easier Rebels to gear up, and he has a lot of interesting things going for him, kind of combines elements from a lot of characters. So why don't you and me, let's get into the game and see what he's actually like when we start using him. But the main thing we're going to do is get into this event here, and let's get to our tier 1. So let's see who we're going to use for this particular lineup. And I've decided we are going to use Separatist for today, because as you know, I like to use General Grievous for these events because you can't use them for anything else in this game. So let's get into this and see what this event is like now. And they first want us to try out this Rushing Strike. We've already talked about the ability. This should give us a chance to attack twice, kind of like Kit Fisto. Boom! bada bing, bada boom. We got 2 attacks out of that, so that's kind of cool. Not sure how I feel that it's a very low percentage, but hey, you know, it's still some 80% chance at max to get 2 attacks. Hey, that's nothing to complain about all that much. Let's see. Let's try out this assist attack we have here. Let's get General Gravis up in here. Oh, nice. That's actually kind of cool. We got some big damage out of there. All right, let's just try to slow this down a little bit. I don't really like doing the 4x all that much. But what I want to talk about today, this is something that's really dear and personal to me. What we're going to be doing eventually. Whoa! What just happened there? I lost everyone. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we are going solo. Come on, Kanan. You think you can destroy me? Ezra, come on, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Yo, come on! Come on! You've been terminated. He didn't have anything on us. Kanan and me, not Kanan, Ezra and me, we're bestest buds. So that's actually... That was actually completely unexpected. We got 25 shards out of that, and I guess they want you to purposely focus on Ezra because in all these previous events, we can just completely auto them because we have all these really powerful allies. So that was actually kind of cool, getting a one-on-one showdown here. So let's get the next round going, and I'll complete the thought I had before I got rudely interrupted here. Why do birds suddenly appear anytime you are near? All right, getting on to our second battle here. Now they want us to try out Flourish, and this is the one where you can dispel all the buffs on an enemy. So let's try this out. And there we go. All right, cool. So it's a nice buff dispeller, kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn, as I mentioned earlier. But as I was saying, there's a lot of things that I'm planning on doing in the future. For those of you who love Star Wars just as much as me, or even more, you may know that there is a new Star Wars Battlefront game that is coming out, and Electronic Arts yesterday on Twitter and Facebook and everything else out there, they said that on April 15th, they are going to be doing a reveal of this game. Now, little known fact, I'm a huge fan of the Battlefront series, especially the old school ones. Like, I'm talking about 2005 and before, where the Battlefront was just an amazing series. The newest one was all right. I mean, the graphics were phenomenal. However, it didn't have the same engaging experience as the old school Battlefront 2 and the original first Battlefront in the game. This one sounds really promising. They're talking about how it's going to have a campaign, which the old school Battlefront 2 did. They're also talking about getting the gameplay to span multiple eras, which again, the old school Battlefronts did do that. So it's, I don't know. For me personally, if they just did a complete remaster and added their amazing graphics to the old Battlefront 2, I'm going to be completely sold. But even besides that, I'm going to be covering that game on this channel. And again, you think you can take me on? Well, just watch this. Ezra can take him on by himself. But as I was saying, though, I'm going to be covering that game on this channel. I'm really excited for it, really pumped. So hopefully you guys are too. Let me know down below if you guys would like me to do that. I'll still be playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, don't you worry. Still get my in-depth reviews. However, I just really want to cover this game. It sounds like it's going to be great. So once they announce what it's all about and they show the reveal on April 15th, you'll start seeing some videos on this channel, and hopefully maybe we can get some early access or exclusive gameplay sometime in the future. I don't know about that last part, but that would be phenomenal. And there we go. We got 5 shards, and now we move on to the third tier of this event. All right, so we're going to get a little experimental here. As I'm noticing, the last round, they keep defeating all of your other members that you're using on your team. So I'm wondering if Old Ben has to sacrifice himself along with the others if he's going to give all of his bonuses on Ezra. Because as you know, once he's defeated, he gives a lot of buffs. We're going to check that out here towards the end. And now we're going to do this watch and learn. And let's bada bing, bada boom, get my baby Grievous out here. There we go. He hits, you know, it's funny. As much as I bash him, which he is pretty bad, don't get me wrong, there are times where he can hit pretty awesome, or pretty awesome, or awesomely. I don't know. This is not class. I don't need to have proper grammar. Don't judge me. But yeah, he's actually a lot of fun in certain circumstances when you can get those big hits off. So, but as I was saying last time, I'm really excited for this Battlefront game to come out. Don't know what to expect out of it, but it sounds like they took a lot of people's feedback from the new Battlefront they made back in 2015, and they're trying to implement a lot of that stuff. So I'm hoping my fantasies about this game are definitely true, and a lot of you guys hopefully are going to look forward to that. Another thing I want to talk about, a lot of people, I'm talking to a lot of people, they keep asking me, why don't I have a Patreon? Do I have a Patreon? Where can I support you? I'm really glad a lot of you guys have that generous bone inside of you. And recently, I finally made my Patreon public. I had it on private for so long because I didn't know what to do. So yesterday, I finally opened up my Patreon. And in case you guys want to, I have various rewards, such as being able to get access to the materials I use for making my in-depth reviews, like the graphics, the charts, and all that stuff, as well as once a month, if you donate or whatever, I will be having a group chat type of thing where we can get a bunch of people in a group chat. There we go. That's kind of cool. So let's just hold that thought for a second. So if you're having a hard time with this event with just Kanan and Ezra on the field, toss an old Ben, and then once he gets defeated, he's going to give a bunch of bonuses to Ezra here. It didn't seem like it did too much here. And as I was saying though, if you do end up in donating, which that would be amazing, I'm offering a group chat type of thing where we can get a lot of people in a private live stream or group chat type of environment. We can all look over each other's rosters, talk about the game, talk about anything. So hopefully you guys like that type of stuff. But if you guys don't, again, just always just watching, liking the video, subscribing, that helps me just as much. So thank you all again for all of your support. It's been absolutely great over the past few months. And I'm looking forward to the games I'm covering in the future, as well as all this exclusive Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content and whatnot that I hopefully will be getting again sometime soon here. And last event done. So that last battle, I don't know how it's programmed. Assuming you probably don't constantly get your attacks dodged, you should be able to beat it in its entirety by just autoing it. But still, it's kind of nice to see that one-on-one showdown, getting Ezra's practice in. But let's get into this final event here, and hopefully we can get through it. And here we go, one-on-one. Let's see if we can just completely auto this guy, because this probably takes a very long time if you just did normally. Oh man, look at this, all these hits. So Kanan just gave him a lot of protection. That's something we talked about during Kanan's unlocking video. They're still whacking, whack-a-whack. And come on. Oh man, another protection. Goodness, this is gonna take forever. Come on. Oh, there you go. You got him, boy. You got him. Victorious here. So there we go. We completed all the events, a lot longer than if I did a full Sith team, but it's kind of nice to play around. I was hoping old Ben could help our buddy Ezra towards the end, but Ezra, he don't need none of that. So let's go and finally unlock our buddy here, Ezra. Time to activate Ezra Bridger, and here we go. So I'll be back. Don't worry. Sit back and relax, and we'll talk again in a few seconds. Two-star Ezra Bridger. So there you have it, and as you guys will know, you could go and get him to 3 stars, as I'll do here in a second. But it seems like a really cool character overall. Does some big damage, has a lot of elements from these other characters in the game. Let's go and 3-star him just because. But I still think, though, I think one of the reasons why these characters aren't as hyped up is because Rogue One characters are free to play, and even them as a full squad with all Rogue One characters, they are pretty darn good. So there you have it, guys. 3-star Ezra Bridger. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the future of the channel, about the new Battlefront game. I'm really looking forward to it, or we could talk about Ezra and all that stuff. So have a great weekend, guys. In-depth review coming out soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, and as always, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content, and we will talk again soon. Peace out.